In this video, I'm going to show you my unboxing of the BCVAULT Bitcoin, Ethereum, ERC20, and cryptocurrency wallet. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the channel. Be sure you're subscribed and click that bell icon so you're notified when new media comes out. BCVAULT sent me a unit for testing and evaluation, but my opinions are my own. BCVAULT has not reviewed this video, and they haven't asked me to edit anything within this video. What follows is my unvarnished review of a device that was sent to me strictly for my testing to get my unbiased opinion. There is a link down in the description to their affiliate program if you are interested in picking up a BCVAULT device yourself. But let me go through my thoughts on the BCVAULT while you take a look at my unboxing footage, as the main portion of this video. Let's go ahead and roll that unboxing footage and I'll share my thoughts with you while I also show you some of their website. First things first, the packaging of the BCVAULT is very adequate. It's very robust, very professional packaging with great cushioning for the wallet itself. So there's very little risk of it being damaged in transit when being sent to a customer. I doubt that you're going to receive one that has been in any way physically maltreated or will suffer from any kind of malfunction from physical damage once it does arrive to you. It also comes with everything you need included as well, with the list including a USB cable, the device itself, which of course does not run on any kind of battery power, it runs on USB power. So the USB cable itself will power the device on once it's plugged into your computer. You'll see in my unboxing footage in just a minute how I plugged it into a lithium-ion battery, a little power pack for charging up phones, and I went through the very first step of setup, which is pretty cool also, and that is that it uses an internal accelerometer, so you shake the device in order to create the entropy or the randomness to generate the master phrase, so the master key that's then used to derive all of the other accounts as you set up new Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other wallets inside of the BCVAULT. It's a pretty cool trick, actually. It's a really, really snazzy thing that they do, because the likelihood of everybody shaking a device in the exact same way, to the extent that the BCVAULT requires you to in order to generate that entropy, it's very, very unlikely. So it's a very brilliant way to create that entropy, far safer than people typing on a keyboard. Even if you were to try to randomly run your fingers across a full QWERTY keyboard, you wouldn't generate as much randomness as the method that they have implemented with this accelerometer and the shaking. So pretty cool. I loved seeing that and instantly knew what it was that I was looking at. Didn't look at any other reviews, didn't read up their documentation, just saw it and thought, oh, okay, cool. This is a great way to generate entropy. Some previous hot wallets or web wallets from years past in the cryptocurrency ecosystem allowed people to draw on a screen and do things that have just generated a lot more data points that could create more randomness. So kudos BCVAULT for that. That was great. Shaking the device is awesome. Also included in their little care package to me, BCVAULT included within the box, of course, every user, when they unbox their wallet, there's a little value-added device, which is a rear-facing camera sliding cover for your mobile phone or your smartphone to keep you that much more secure in your day-to-day life. Guys, OPSEC is so important, and you know, I preach it with the mineyour.biz phone. It was so cool. It was such a pleasant surprise to see the BCVAULT team sent that, and then I guess in my case, they felt really strongly about sending a few additional units of that, so I've got a few extras. Thank you to the BCVAULT team. They also sent me a couple of t-shirts, which is just super cool. I really appreciate that. That was a very thoughtful thing for them to do. It's very nice. When users set up the device, software is used to assign global passphrase, so you have to download their wallet. Let me jump out of the way and show you what it is that I mean here. So this is their website, BCVAULT. You would have to go to bc-vault.com and then download their software. There's a full beginner's setup guide here as well. I'm not going to go through every single one of the steps. They've got a really great video here that shows those steps in perfect order in under 4 minutes. So you can take a look at that and you'll get everything you need from that if you are unboxing your own and want to go through that full process. But suffice it to say, You plug it into a computer using the provided USB Type-C cable here, and then follow the prompts, shaking it, going through the software that you download to your computer, this right here, for whatever operating system you want. I love seeing that they have this available for Linux, so Linux users are not out in the cold. That's so important. 2022 is fast becoming the year of gaming on Linux with the new Steam Deck from Valve Corporation, right? So anybody who's interested in running Steam games is running Steam Deck, and so a lot of games are being ported to Linux, and a lot of desktop users are migrating from Windows to Linux. So great to see that any serious wallet manufacturer is making their desktop software available for Linux. So kudos there as well to the BCVAULT team. Plus, it's just, I mean, why wouldn't you? It's like there aren't licensing restrictions, so I don't know why you wouldn't, but that's awesome to see that they have it there. However, you need to run their software and then plug the device into a computer, either a laptop or a desktop, in order to complete your initial setup. The software that's running on your computer then allows you to create your own passphrase and then create a PIN that is input on the device itself by pressing on the buttons on the directional pad. So these 4 buttons here, up, down, left, right, and then a center execute button that is used to create something of a PIN, but consider up, down as being like 1, 2, or I guess we'll say left, right being 1, 2, and up, down being 3, 4. So you have basically 4 different positions there. I don't believe you can press 2 of the buttons at the same time, but that's used to create your PIN, right, or your hardware button unlock on the device. And you're required to have both when you first set this thing up, which seems good at first. I'm going to get into it. It is a two-edged sword, but it is very, very secure. From a credential standpoint, it's very hardened, right? A whole lot of little checks and balances and locks upon locks upon locks. Very, very hardened. So if a third party attempted to get into this wallet and they didn't know every single one of these credentials, you could stop them at any given number of steps, either unlocking the device, unlocking the software to run the device on your desktop, unlocking each individual wallet account, because for every single asset that you put on the device, not just every single asset, but every single wallet for every single asset that you put on the device, that you unlock on the device, you have to put in a new passphrase and a new PIN. So it is just a series of locked doors that you, the user, are creating, and that's then held securely on their security, on the secure store, right? The security chip that's on the device itself. BCVAULT feels so strongly about it, in fact, that when you first launch the device, you'll see there's already a Bitcoin wallet on the device. And this is kind of their claim to fame, is there's one full Bitcoin sitting on a wallet that they preload onto every one of their devices, and they have an open bounty. If you can hack it, you get to keep that one full Bitcoin. Now, I'm sorry to report, in my case, I was not able to hack that wallet open. Sorry, fam. I know the Mind Your Biz community is like, Seth, we thought you'd be able to do it. Sorry, I let you down. I'll have to hack their one Bitcoin some other time, maybe when they lessen their security a little bit, guys. Hey, BCVAULT, can you lower the security a little bit? Then maybe I can hack it. But the reality is, their security model is quite sound. You do want to have a lot of hardening. You do want to have a lot of locks upon locks upon locks to make it very difficult for an attacker to get access to your funds. And hopefully you can discourage them. The backup for their device as well, I ran through the process, and here's where actually my experience started to get maybe a little bit sour, we'll say, or wasn't perfect. And it was more a fit and finish and user experience type thing. I don't think there's anything fundamentally wrong with the wallet itself. There's a little slot right there for a micro SD card. Maybe, there we go. You can see my pointer now. Little slot right there for the micro SD card on the edge where they have the USB port. And it comes preloaded with a 16 gig micro SD card, which you can use, you, the user, can use for backups and restoration of the credentials. What you cannot do is you cannot use what's called the BIP39 or the BIP44 canonical seed words for creating a new Bitcoin wallet. You couldn't import, for example, a MetaMask wallet account if you wanted to, or say some other hardware wallet account if you had set that up, or if you were using some kind of desktop software in order to generate a 12, an 18, or a 24-word seed phrase, there is no seed phrase import with the BCVAULT device. That breaks their security model. You have to use the shaking for entropy to set up brand new credentials. Then those can be backed up. And if you wanted to, you can wallet by wallet export the private keys if you so choose for each one of those wallets, but it does not generate a canonical seed phrase from BIP39. So that's one thing that for me is kind of a strike against it for my use case. That's not going to be the case for every user, but for me, that's suboptimal. I prefer to have a BIP39 24-word seed phrase, perhaps with a 25th word for hardening, so I can have a little bit more customization there. But I like having those words that can then be transported with me or migrate with me to other devices, right? But with the BCVAULT, it's kind of, if you want to use their model, it's probably best to stay with their hardware. Put it that way. I don't think they intend to lock you in. You can still export the private keys if you need to. But if you're going to use it as a signing device, probably best to just stick with what they are offering with their whole ecosystem. Another thing that I found was that you can see right here, the directional pad on the side of the device, I found that the fit and finish for me was just a tiny bit clunky as I was going through some of the PIN input. As I was being asked to create new accounts, I found that I struggled when I tried to use the same button on the directional pad twice in a row, and it counted as only one button press. So on multiple occasions, I tested it and retested it and retested it. Multiple occasions, the device and the desktop software threw an error code back at me saying device credentials incorrect, which is not true. The button, the hardware fit and finish of the device were just not quite robust enough for me to move quickly through the process and get my PIN input fast and then go ahead and unlock it. So that for me was a bit of a bummer, a bit of a letdown, but I don't hold it against BCVAULT. It's just something that I have to be aware of when I use this device, and I do foresee myself using it at some point in the future. Probably not for my day-to-day DeFi use, and I'll go over that as well. But I do foresee myself using it. It's just going to be something I have to be aware of in how this device works and the build and fit and finish of this device. It just can't move too fast with those buttons or I will confuse the device itself. So there's that. Again, just remember that you do have to have a desktop in order to get this device to work. It does not work standalone, and it does not work interfacing with a mobile device. Worse, there have been some scammers that have tried to create fake apps within the various app stores for Android and for iOS, trying to trick users into giving up their private credentials. So don't fall for it. What you see on their website is the only way for you to set up the device. You have to have a laptop or a desktop. That's it. There's no other way to do this, which again, for me is a little bit of a bummer. I do like the idea of having a private key signing device that I can use from a phone if needed, right? So that I don't have a hot wallet on my phone. That would be the worst thing in the world for me, to have a hot wallet on my phone. And then there are going to be some situations in which I do need to sign transactions or, send crypto using my phone as the main connected device, but just with a signing wallet, right? Or a hardware wallet. So there was that as well. The FAQ has very rich info. I mean, you should check it out. There's a link down in the description if you want to know more about this device. If you're, a bit of an egghead, you want to learn how to back up the data, restore it, create a backup, SD cards, etc., everything about it, the wallets, the number of wallets, and I think it's in the thousands of wallet addresses that you can have on their device, which is great. Until I remind you that BIP39 would allow you to create thousands of individual wallets using desktop software or on a decommissioned mobile device if you wanted to just have those set aside with the private key pairs and the public addresses by itself. BIP39 is a very, very, very powerful wallet and account provisioning procedure, right? In terms of how you generate key derivation, it's called. Without getting kind of nerdy, BIP39 is very powerful. So when you consider that you could, hypothetically generate thousands of addresses, and that's usually the case with different types of hardware signing devices, that as soon as you put in a seed phrase, you can use supplemental software or a desktop to help generate many hundreds or thousands of addresses per account, right? Per seed phrase. It's kind of like, all right, well, this is really good at being kind of like a couple of accounts worth of cold storage that maybe after, you've paid taxes or whatever in your territory, you do a post mix and it goes there for long-term storage. Perhaps that's a really great use case, I think, for the BC Vault. But for day-to-day use, when I may need to generate more wallets and I may need to have more addresses and I may need to work a little more flexibly with Web3, there are some things that I personally found a little bit less useful for me on a day-to-day workflow. There's a lot that they have here in the FAQ that goes over that. Something I think that's a standout is more recently, and this wasn't the case last year, but in 2022, they added support for Wallet Connect for both Ethereum and, well, really any EVM-style wallets. They currently have support for Polygon, BSC, Huobi Echo Chain, and Phantom, but not, and this is relevant with the current state of things as of today in March of 2022, not Avalanche, right? Not the AVAX network, which is going to be a bit of a letdown to audience members who are deep into Avalanche and the Avalanche ecosystem, or any other EVM style chain like RSK or what have you, or upcoming EVM chains like Pulse Chain. The BC Vault, it does act as a signing device, but with Wallet Connect, the Wallet Connect interface is chain specific. So the wallet itself, like BC Vault here, would have to directly support that network. It can't just be used as a blind signing device the way wallets and signing devices that attach to MetaMask can be used. Now, is that optimal to use blind signing for transactions? Probably not the most optimal thing, but at the same time, it works. And as a security model, it works quite well, actually, for a lot of users. Many users of MetaMask, Kepler Wallet, Phantom Wallet for Solana, and then a few others like the TronLink wallet that run as browser extensions. They don't have any problem with blind signing with hardware devices, but that wouldn't be possible using just the Wallet Connect interface. Wallet Connect is very powerful, but in this reviewer's opinion and experience, it's not quite enough to get you through heavy daily usage of DeFi or NFT platforms. OpenSea, yes, and BC Vault working quite well there. But then a few other platforms maybe are not going to be the best fit if they don't have some kind of a browser extension support. So that's kind of my take on it. That's the long and the short of it. To again make it kind of clear, got Kepler Wallet here. That is that would be a pretty great way to pretty great thing to support, right? Pretty great network to support. Cosmos, Solana, Polkadot, some others. There is support within BC Wallet for a couple of other networks, which is awesome. But I think with how secure it is, BC Wallet is really intended to be your vault. BC Vault is intended to be your vault. It's the place where you sock stuff away for cold storage, long periods of time. So just be aware of that. I don't think that they represent it as anything else other than really great long-term storage. Now, the bottom line, would mineyourbiz recommend it? Would our channel recommend it? Yes. In that application as long-term storage, it's pretty phenomenal. With the backup, the SD card backups, the way that it creates entropy, the fact that it's extremely unique entropy, so that the randomness generated almost ensures that you don't have the problem that many of the other hot wallets that are out there, and even some of the hardware wallets that are out there use certain random number generation techniques. They run into certain problems. It's very clear that they put a lot of thought into making this one of the best cold storage devices they possibly could. So if you need something for cold storage for your Bitcoin, for your Ethereum, for now your Polygon, Phantom, Huobi Echo Chain, and Binance Smart Chain assets, this is a pretty great platform. You're going to be at the mercy of BC Vault to support future EVM style chains, future Web3 chains like Solana, like Polkadot, like Cosmos, and the various IBC ecosystem subchains, all the app specific chains of Cosmos Hub. So there is that to consider. And you will not be able to export any kind of a canonical seed phrase, right? A BIP39 seed phrase. But if you're okay with that, it's really good for what it does, right? It's really, really great for cold storage, for you to have a vault where you know your crypto is going to be safe for an extremely long period of time. You can back up to that SD card and still have to use credentials to get through all the various layers, right? So you can combine something you have with something you know. It's a really great security model, right? Something you have plus something you know. Something you are would be great as well if you could, if there was some kind of additional set of like biometrics or something that can't be spoofed very easily. But they do a really darn good job of combining something you have with something you know, and then a security module inside of this device for extra hardened long-term cold storage. So yeah, definitely enjoyed using the BC Vault, getting to know a little better, setting it up and preparing some wallets for a future sweep, post-mix sweep, as soon as I know that I'm clear to mix and deposit those long-term savings and storage onto my BC Vault. So if you're interested, check out the link that's down in the description. Of course, as per usual, guys, I have to run it because this is part of the game. I'm not telling you what to do with your money. I'm not telling you how to invest. I'm not telling you even that you need to buy this device. But what I will say is I've placed a lot of links in the description for you to do your own due diligence, for you to take a look. There are other reviews as well, and I would strongly urge you to take a look at those also before you make a decision about which wallet to get. This may not be the best fit for you, because you might be a more high-frequency user of DeFi and Web3 platforms. If that's the case, then maybe this is not the right solution for that side of your cryptocurrency journey. But I've already mentioned what I do think it is the best fit for. So check out those links. And if you are so inclined, if you do want to pick one up, then please do use the mineyourbiz referral link that you see down in the description of this video. Every one of those affiliate sales helps. It does count. Helps the channel out tremendously. Appreciate you watching all the way to the end of this video. Thank you, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching all the way to the end of the video. Remember to check out mineyour.biz, where you can sign up for Mine Your Biz Insiders, our occasional newsletter where we don't spam you, but we do send out occasional important information, including flash sales and important deals on privacy-preserving technology. This is one of the ways that we can talk to you without censorship and without the oversight of third-party media platforms. You can also check out the new Mine Your Biz phone, as well as merch or sign up to become an affiliate for anything sold directly on the mineyour.biz website. You can earn a percentage of anything that we sell. Thanks for watching all the way to the end of the video. You're the reason I make this media. I love your face. Remember to stay private and mind your biz.